All right.
I'll share the link. I'll share the YouTube
Yo,
link in a second.
my brother, Carlos.
Yo,
What's
yo,
good, my
yo.
good sir?
Doing well, my G. How you doing?
Another day, man. I appreciate you getting on. We're doing this video thing. Of course, powered by StreamYard. Appreciate you, StreamYard. Um, can you hear me? I can hear you. Hopefully this feed is
Yeah,
good. That way we can
I
get
got
this
these.
episode rolling, man.
Yeah, I got these big
I
old headphones.
appreciate
In no
you.
way I can't hear
I
you. Can you hear
see you
me?
on Facebook.
Can you hear me fine?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
If you want to higher up your volume a little bit, we'll be all right. But I got cheap ass earphones on. I don't,
Yeah,
um.
let me see if I can crank the mic a little bit.
So how about them Cowboys, yo?
Oh yeah, man, with that nail biter. Oh, they had us
How
worried for
about
a
them
second.
Cowboys?
It was
So
great.
I see you with the jersey. You- You're obviously a huge Dallas Mavericks fan.
You already
What's been
know.
going on with your team, man? My Spurs, they're it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
Right. Well, shit, we had a great playoff run, man. Nobody expected us to be in the Western Conference Finals, and especially to be able to knock out that number one seed Phoenix Suns that had, you know, the whole league buzzing. They were pretty much on the track to get right back to the finals, and Luca said, no, 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 no. He had other plans. Obviously, we couldn't get ourselves to the finals, but just, a trip to the Western Conference Finals for fourth year player, pretty young guy. It's good upside. It's got us in the right trajectory. But ever since that Porzingis trade, the Mavs were just rolling.
Where do you think they're gonna go this year?
Well, shit. Next step up is the finals, but I mean, it's a pretty high goal, but you don't want to set the bar too high. But I think it can be done. I don't know if they'll be able to make any more noise before the trade deadline once the season kicks off, but just a solid roster that we have right now. I know we can get just as far. It's just the luck of the draw once the playoffs start, man. Because this last year, for example, we didn't have LeBron in the playoffs, so it just left it open for almost anybody. And like
That's true,
a,
right? Yeah.
a little bit crazy, but like the MVP of the league, I think they got swept. He might have won one game, the Denver Nuggets in the first round. So it's a literally a wild rodeo. Once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I had a feeling the Warriors were gonna stay hot, and upon injuries, they'd be in it at the end, and I was right. Too much of a monster at the end to be able to get over the Golden State Warriors. Curry was on a mission to be able to show the world that he can lead the
He's back.
team, and it's his league, man. He's just too good.
Yeah. You think they're gonna win again this year?
Here's the thing: the Golden State Warriors are not afraid to spend because they win. Like at the end of the day, they're gonna get revenue off of championship merchandise. That arena they just built, like they paid for it themselves, like they financed it themselves. So all that ticket money, all that stuff, like it's not like it's just spread right back into the owner's pocket, and like it's San Fran, so it was already like some of the most expensive real estate in America. So those ticket prices were pricey just because they were champs in the past. Imagine now that
Yeah.
they're champs currently, those tickets are gonna go through the roof, and like
Do
those
that.
suites, those teams are always sold. That team always has everything sold out. So like it's just reaping benefits for all those owners, man. But
And it's like when though that team comes here to San Antonio,
that's
the
it's a
tickets are more
It's
like
the priciest ticket in town. It's the priciest ticket in the year.
yeah.
Him, LeBron,
That's
Giannis,
maybe
maybe.
it now. Yeah, with the Bucks maybe, but even then, not
They,
too much with the Bucks
yeah,
because
it's always Lakers, Warriors, Knicks will be a high ticket.
yeah, because it's the Knicks. Yeah.
But yeah, man, ever since Steve Ballmer bought the Clippers, he just raised the roof on everything for NBA. Like you couldn't be a broke owner anymore. It was time to spend. You know what I'm saying? Like even
That's
the
crazy.
even the Milwaukee Bucks ownership now is like nothing to like bat an eye out. They got a new arena as well. Like everyone across the NBA is reaping benefits from that
Yeah,
big wave of when the Clippers had to be sold and they were purchased by Mr.
that's
Steve
crazy.
Ballmer.
Yeah, I remember when like some like weren't like players and all this shit. They were gonna like buy the team or some shit like that a long time ago when they did that.
Well, I mean, it wasn't they couldn't truly do that. What they might do now is give uh like a group of players a franchise in Seattle, which I find very interesting. And I predict LeBron getting his own franchise in Las Vegas.
On
You heard
the
it here
Las
first
Vegas.
by the filthy Texican.
Yeah, filthy Texican live in the Bone Zone, man.
Hey.
So the WNBA, they just
Las
crowned
Vegas
a
again?
championship. We were talking about Las Vegas. Becky Hammon, it's her first year in the WNBA, and they got the title. What do you
Dude,
think about that? I think it was yesterday, right?
yeah, they just won it last night, I believe. Shout out to them, man. Hey, so you know me when I was living in San Antonio, and super random but true story. I used to live with a buddy who is Egyptian. His name is Hisham. Shout out to Hisham. So he loves going to hookah places, and I've never been a tobacco guy, but he's my homie, so I'd always just go and tag along with him, and go do things
Support
that he
them.
liked to do, so he wouldn't do them alone. And we roll up to this hookah place. If I want to remember correctly, it's off of I-10. I can't tell you if it's like Babcock or like Wurzbach or one of those areas. Excuse me. But
But it's a
anyway,
hookah place in that
yeah,
area.
we pull up to a hookah spot, and as we're leaving, no, we're there for like a good while, and I see a lady pull in, and I'm like, I recognize her, and she had a laptop and everything, and it was Becky Hammond, and she was by herself, and I'm like, oh damn, I'm like, yo, Hisham,
Damn.
she's a coach for the Spurs. She's like, woman coach, because he's from Egypt. I'm like, yeah, bro, she's a girls coach, and she's like, for the pros. I'm like, yes, for the Spurs. So eventually, like, he understood what I was talking about, and I was like nervous to go talk to her. I'm like the type that, like, I see a celebrity and like I white loud in my head and like I fanboy for a second, and then I'm like, I can't go interrupt them. Like, they're just trying to live their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them be. And Hisham was kind of like peer pressuring me to go like say hi or like appreciate her, like shout her out or whatever. And as we were leaving, I said hello to her, and I told her, that I was a fan, that like I was very impressed that she was able to hold down like a coaching spot with the man, and I was wishing
With
her
the
luck
Spurs, with Popovich.
for sure. Right? It's not an easy disciple to be. It's a fucking amazing mentor to have, and yeah, she was appreciative. She goes, "I could tell you wanted to come by. Thank you for allowing me to keep working." And she had film up, dude. She literally had like players moving in slow motion. She was taking notes. Like, she wasn't just chilling. And I was like,
Yeah.
dedication. Like, those people don't clock out, man. They're just on it. And it shows the level of success, man. Year one, won the championship with the WNBA. So congratulations to the ladies, Becky Hammond.
That team, is that the same team that from San Antonio went over there, the Silver Stars?
No, I think that team was resurrected from scratch. I'm not sure how the expansion.
Whatever happened to the Silver Stars?
You have to ask Mr. Cheapskate, Peter Holt. I don't know what to tell you there. I'm gonna assume he owned them. I'm also only talking shit.
That's something I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, if it's the Spurs, I'm gonna easily jump on the shit talking bandwagon. But I'm almost certain he had to be the guy that decided I no longer want to spend money on that.
Yeah, it's all good. Let's get into the NFL.
Definitely.
Get into the NFL.
Feel like the Vikings are trying to make a comeback, but there's not enough time going on right now in Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football. What do we got left? I think the score was
less than 4 minutes, 3.5 to go. They just got
24-7.
Yeah, the Eagles.
So
it's Eagles with the no. I'm right. It's Vikings with the football. Sorry.
Vikings with the football hurt. But over what, about a 3-score game right now?
24-7, yeah.
24-7 hurt.
Almost picked that.
So this week 2, the Jags and the Colts. I know a lot of people don't really. Most people would think the Colts, but the Jags they went and they just blew them out. The Colts or the Jags just blew out the Colts this week. I didn't watch any of the game. I don't really. I keep up with the Cowboys. A bunch of these I'm just gonna go through real quick, and if you want to pinpoint any of these games besides the Cowboys game, we're gonna talk about the Cowboys game, of course.
Definitely.
And then the Jets and the Browns. I saw the highlights on YouTube. That shit was funny.
Wild. Before you dive in,
apparently, say that again.
Before you dive in, virtual cheers.
Nice virtual cheers. I got a Lone Star. Tall Can. There's this podcast I listen to called Tall Can Listening. I show them love. So whenever I have a beer, I have a tall can in there. Yes, sir.
I'm on the Yingling.
Yingling. Yeah, I got Lone Star. Giants, Panthers. The Giants, they took that one. That too, the Cowboys are gonna have this week. I think it's a night game, if I'm not mistaken. The Giants, or is it Monday Night Football?
I think we got prime time again. I don't have the schedule in front of me.
One of those. Patriots, they took down the Steelers. I know a few Steelers fans that are disappointed by that this week. Chargers lost to the Chiefs. Falcons, of course, lost to the Rams. We got the Seahawks. I want to say they got somewhat demolished by the 49ers. I don't keep up with 49ers. I can't stand the damn 49ers because of that win. Back in the days, since the 90s.
History. Gotcha.
Yeah, like for real. Like back to like my last name was going to get changed to, instead of M, it was going to change to F. So my initials were going to be SF. And that shit was like San Francisco. And I swear I cried, man. Bro. Like deep.
You can't let that happen. No.
No. So the Commanders, every time I hear the name Commanders, I think of how San Antonio, we had the San Antonio Commanders, even though I know it's Washington Commanders. They could have came up with some other name, bro. Like this shit.
24 months to be creative. Imagine being on the marketing team for the Washington football team and being like collecting a check for 1 year, and you still don't even have to come up with the answer for the owner. He's like, what do you want to name the team? I was like, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out next year.
We got it.
And then another year rolls around and you're like crunching in the last week, and we're like, we're going to go with the presidents, the leaders, or the commanders. Well, commanders it is. Like, can you imagine getting paid fucking 2 years as a marketing department as like ideas, just clocking in every day at work to fucking land on commanders? I would have loved to collect 2 years worth of pay for that.
Yeah. Shit. What do you think about that name?
It's hilarious.
Yeah. I think they're going to go like an animal.
They could have gone with generals. They could have gone with anything military ridden. They could have gone with the nuclears if you just wanted to be wild. Like,
yeah. I was hoping they were gonna go for like a wolf or some shit.
Well, I'm not sure what kind of like wildlife is out in the Virginia, Maryland area, but yeah, any mascot would have done, and you just rid yourself of potential PR headaches in the future. But
yeah,
fucking Commanders. What?
Either way, they lost.
Fuck them.
Yeah, either way, they lost to the Lions. That was a 36-27. The Bucks against the Saints. I can't stand the Bucks. Now I used to think the Bucks were cool just because I like their whole stadium, how they have that fucking boat and shit.
Boat in the back. It is legit.
That's pretty dope. And then when Tom Brady got there, I stopped liking him. I've never been a fan of Brady. He's an awesome person, amazing quarterback, Hall of Fame quarterback, but because he beats my Cowboys. Dolphins, that one right there.
Did you know that? We've never beat him. He's 7-0 against us.
That's crazy, yo. Well, we're going to play him
we talked about it a little bit in the Morning Fanatic last week, and if he retires, you know what's going to happen? This line will be able to be said forever, and it'll be factual. The Cowboys never beat Tom Brady in his entire career.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Mark Cantu, much love, brother. Mark Cantu.
Shout out to
We
Mark.
got we got Mark. Much love. Get him on the stream real quick. The Dolphins, Ravens. That one, it looked like a blowout in the beginning, and the Dolphins put it through. What do you think about the Dolphins
Hey,
this year?
man.
You think they're
Tua's for real. I don't know whoever was trying to doubt him, but the fact that he has a big threat wide receiver is opening up that fucking offense tremendously. Like Waddle's getting a ton of receptions. Hill's forcing double teams. It's just opening it up for that entire Miami Dolphins offense, man. Good for them. Fuck the doubters.
Yeah, and we are gonna beat Tom Brady and the Bucks in the playoffs, whether it's the second round or
hopefully you
whatever.
can speak that into existence because we
will.
don't have
We're
our
gonna manifest it right
moment.
now, live in the Bone Zone.
Hell yeah.
Yo, I've been saying it's not our year though. Like whenever hashtag it's not our year, because for the past 25 years I've been it's our year, and every fucking year. So this is, I believe, the 26th anniversary. I thought they were gonna win on the 25th, quarter of a century, and then just be like on the 25th anniversary. And I can hear Tony Romo, all that shit. I don't know, would Tony Romo do the Super Bowl? Who did?
Yeah, so every year, each network switches. So 1 year it's NBC, next year it's NBC. 1 year it's NBC, 1 year it's CBS, 1 year it's Fox, and then so on. And they just rotate it every year.
Huh.
No bias for the Super Bowl, yeah. So everybody gets it. But I'm wondering if at some point, I don't remember if last year was available to do it over the internet, but I'm sure it was. Just it all depends who had it last year. I think it was Fox last year.
I think maybe it was. Who knows? Maybe Albert knows. Maybe Albert knows.
If I had to bet, I think it was Fox last year. I can't recall the broadcaster. I can't recall like details or what channel I logged into.
Yeah.
But I think it was Fox.
Either way, Cardinals, Raiders, Cardinals. They took that. That was like a upset too, if I'm not mistaken. The Raiders were up. There was fans celebrating, popping champagne, and all this stuff.
I saw
week 2.
Bro, yeah, well, that was on the second fucking round. Those are the goddamn casuals that get tickets to the fucking stadium. But
Las Vegas, right? They're just partying it up all day long.
People that got fucking free tickets with their flight or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways, motherfucking Kyler Murray, one play got 20 seconds to scramble before he scored. I don't know if it was the game winner because I just saw like a clip on Instagram after the game was over. And I'm not positive if it was for the game winner. But my man scrambled for almost half a minute.
That's a long time.
20 fucking seconds scrambling, bro, in the pocket. Like, not in the pocket the
whole time. That's good for him.
Ball snapped. It was 21 seconds, and then the ball left his hands. Tom Brady, it leaves within less than 3.
3?
Tom Brady's not going to get hit, bro. He's getting rid of it in 3 seconds.
Yeah, I'd true that. Yeah. Texans, Broncos. You a Texans fan too? You or just Dallas Cowboys?
Well, I was born in Houston, so like I should have some love, but not
even for the Oilers.
I never saw them. I never lived there. I don't. Yeah, I have zero. Like my dad's not a football fan, so like it's literally the only connection is I happen to be born there, so I'm not.
Yeah, I feel you on that because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're supposed to go for your home team." Shut the fuck up.
Home. Who said that's home? Home according to who?
Yeah, the Titans, they got blew out today. That was one of the Monday Night Football games.
Yeah, it was an early Monday Night Football. Hey,
what do you think about the Bills, yo?
They look for real, man. They ain't playing.
Yeah,
high-powered offense.
Gonna play in the Super Bowl.
High-powered offense. Diggs Diggs shows up every single game. He's
brothers versus brothers. Super Bowl. You could already picture it. Brother versus brother. Which brother is gonna bring home the ring? Will the Cowboys bring home number 6, or will the Bills break their curse from always losing against the Cowboys in the Super Bowls? Because we beat them a few times in the Super Bowls. I know that much. I'm not that dumb.
Yeah,
That was 90s. It
They
looks like
lost
I
four,
guess the
man.
Eagles
The Eagles
won the night game. They beat the Vikings.
the Vikings. Yeah,
Boo hoo! We always want the Eagles to lose, just like the Commanders and the Giants.
yeah. Fuck the Eagles.
Um, Fuck those guys. But yeah, week 3, it looks like we got some decent games coming up. Bunch of these guys either got their ass kicked last week, or they surprised another team last week, or whatever the hell. Cowboys, we say it every year. It's our year. It's our year. It's our year. Are you gonna say that this year?
See, I love the Cowboys too. I've been to a game every year. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to one this year. I really wanted to, but just not in the financial situation to just go spend a couple $100s at the stadium. But I've been fortunate enough to be able to go to one game every year since I moved out here 5 years ago. So if I miss this year, so be it. But my girlfriend's from Chicago, and we play the Bears, and that's the one we wanted to go to. But like I said, we're not quite ready or committed yet to spending a couple $100s on some NFL tickets. But that was the early plan before the season even started. But
I feel you on that.
Situations change, and I'm not quite ready. But it's always a fun time at Jerry's World.
Yeah, I've never been there. I never really been out there and been there.
I've been very fortunate to be
never been to a game.
Been very fortunate to be able to go and come. And I also have a random story. I wasn't living in Dallas at the time, but me and my buddy Danny, shout out to Danny Aguirre, we drove up here for when the Super Bowl was up here in Dallas. When it was when it was the Steelers Green Bay in 2010, when the stadium was brand spanking new, and it was a snowy ass day, and me and Danny drove up from San Antonio to Dallas early on that Sunday morning, and we got to a Home Depot very close to the stadium in Arlington, and we fucking parked at the Home Depot and walked to the damn stadium and tailgated for a little bit for Super Bowl 45. We had a TV in the Jeep ready to go back to the Jeep and power on the TV and try and get the game going, but we couldn't get the channel with the bunny ears on the TV, so fucking plan failed. We didn't watch a ton of that game. We finally made it back to Danny's mom's house, and we caught maybe a last bit of the fourth quarter by the time we made it. But yeah, we didn't watch. I don't remember a ton of highlights from that Super Bowl because I wasn't in front of a TV that year. But yeah, it was great. I got to tailgate Super Bowl 45. That's my story.
Hey, well, now you can go on YouTube and you can watch whatever the hell is fucking.
Yeah. I know I can watch that game at any moment in time.
No, on YouTube, yeah. Just like this, we're live on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, StreamYard, for giving us the ability to go live on whatever without a certain amount of subscribers. Speaking of subscribers, Filthy Texican, y'all subscribe to his YouTube channel. You have a Twitch. Tell
same handle on everything, man. So
Filthy Texican, everything.
You go to Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat. You'll find me with the same handle.
What do you do on Twitch?
I was streaming a little bit of Warzone and FIFA during the pandemic, but busier person now than I was when there was nothing going on in the world. So haven't really jumped on a ton of streaming. But me and my buddy Albert and Joey do Warzone as often as we truly can. It's hard to line up 3 schedules for grown ass men nowadays to play video games, but we try and make it work. But if I am ever on Twitch, I definitely alert everybody ahead of time with a post or a tweet of any kind.
Instagram.
It'll be either FIFA or Call of Duty Warzone. I play a little bit of RPGs. I play a ton of Nintendo games too, but I don't stream those because those are over on the living room. I'm considering connecting my PS3. I have second PS3 that is just stored away, and maybe doing like an OG playthrough of like older popular games such as like The Last of Us, or maybe like another playthrough of like Grand Theft Auto 4, just as random examples, or an Assassin's Creed game on PS3, just to like give it an not super
People
OG,
see
but a
it,
little bit of an OG feel to the stream.
that nostalgia.
Not necessarily like the latest and greatest game.
Yeah.
But I've very recently fallen back in love with Assassin's Creed games. I don't know if you've ever played video games or heard or have played about that game, but it's a pretty fun game.
I played like WWF Attitude and some like 2K games and stuff like that. But yeah, basketball, some Mortal Kombat.
Dude, I remember getting that. I remember getting that WWF Attitude for the Nintendo 64 at Blockbuster back in the day.
Yeah, man, I love Blockbusters. Shout out to Blockbusters, yo, unofficial sponsor for this live, Blockbuster.
Like, I think there's only one left.
Yeah, I heard that one shut down though too.
I think even that
it might still be open, but we hope it's open still for the sake of my unofficial sponsor.
Yeah.
Week 3, do you have any particular game that or like a
Bills Dolphins stands out to me just because the Dolphins came with a wild comeback, and the Bills' high-powered offense is not going to be deterred from any of that. The Colts were looking like, getting Matt Ryan was going to be enough for them to just take that next step, because they had a great upside for the Indianapolis Colts towards the end of last season. And, it felt like they were just a quarterback away, but man, they started 0-2. I don't think they put up any points this last game. So a donut is never a good thing to see on the stat line. It's a 0 for the casuals.
Yeah. And then especially coming in playing the Chiefs.
Yeah, here's the thing. They got Kansas City coming into town, so that's not looking too great. The Lions looking a little bit on the upside. That coach has got them motivated, has got them playing tough, has got them,
they're ready to smash on the Vikings that lost right now.
I've been meaning to catch their show on HBO, Hard Knocks, because they had, I believe they had the very last season of Hard Knocks.
For the Lions?
For the Detroit Lions. I've watched that every year, and I'm not sure how it squeezed by me this season. I didn't catch Hard Knocks before the NFL season, but the Lions are looking pretty good. They're going to play a Vikings team who just got defeated a couple of minutes ago by the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not sure when people are going to be watching this, but this is Monday night, so we just caught the back end.
Right now.
The back end.
We're live.
It's over. Yeah, no, it's over. The Lions. I'm sorry. The Vikings just got defeated by the Philadelphia Eagles, and the fucking news is on, so we are going to shut that down.
The Rams and the Cardinals. What you got on that one?
Hey, the Rams are not looking good after a Super Bowl win, so they might be coming out a little hard and desperate. The Cardinals coming off of a high from the last second win. Literally, they got the win, no time on the clock, game over, we win.
Yeah.
Fuck you, you suck.
I saw that. They just left. Deuce,
adios. Yeah. I don't even know if they kicked it. Well, I kind of think they kind of have to kick the extra point, but yeah, man, it was a crazy game.
We got a Packers and the Buccaneers. Early. That can be a fucking Western Championship match. Whatever they call it. Packers and Buccaneers.
Oh, I see it in the NFC. You mean?
Yeah, the NFC
Championship game. Fuck,
that could be an NFC Championship game.
The Packers have no help. Why isn't the NFL.com showing me week 3 schedules, and it doesn't show me? No, that's why nobody visits the NFL.com anymore. And we're going to ESPN.com. I'm looking at the fucking week 3 schedule, and it shows everybody's record at 0-0. Like it's not week 3 right now. Like
they just didn't update their shit yet.
Well, no, it's just a bad layout of the fucking website. Like, how are you gonna have the website and not have the team's record on it. Like,
Yeah. I think the Packers, even though they don't have any weapons or anything, they need to cool off the Buccaneers. Fuck the
nah.
Buccaneers.
Where are they playing? Let me see.
I think they're playing in Tampa Bay. So
It is in Tampa. I
yes,
got
we need some
Brady and the
magic tricks.
Buccaneers. It's a middle of the day game. Hopefully that's the one we
Yeah,
get to watch. If
for
not,
the
we'll get Seahawks at Falcons. Ugh, I think the Falcons lost again this week.
yeah, yeah. Seahawks did too to the 49ers by 20 points. Seahawks. So that I'm gonna say the Seahawks because they got their ass kicked more.
You
than
got
the
Seattle with
Falcons.
that one? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
fuck it. The Broncos 49ers. That's Sunday night game.
Prime
Sunday
time
night game. Prime time
at
Sunday
Denver,
night.
mile high. You gotta
Yeah.
account for the altitude.
Who does the Broncos have as a quarterback? Are they any good? The Broncos?
Tyrod Taylor? Am I making that up? Broncos.
Broncos. I want to say Broncos are going to do that one, of course. And then Monday
Bro,
night.
I'm tripping. They got Russell Wilson now.
Do they have Russell Wilson? They do, right? Because he left the Seahawks.
It's still hard for me to remember that. I guess it's week 3 only, but yeah,
I was
they got
wondering
Russell
why
Wilson.
I was seeing him in that damn as a Bronco, and I was like,
Why did it take me so long to like click? Yeah, it's fucking
Russell Wilson, heard.
They
And
barely
then
got the win.
49ers have Garoppolo, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so they're not rookie, but their new experiment at quarterback just was carted off the field this week. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious for him.
Damn.
I lost the kid's name.
Huh?
Yeah, I can't think of the.
Hopefully, everything is all right with that.
Yeah.
49ers, Broncos.
Trey Lance.
That can be a
Trey Lance was carted off the field.
Oh wow! Good quarterback.
Yeah, so they had him sit in the bench behind Garoppolo last year, and this year he jumped over him, and they had him start. And I'm not sure at what point in the game, maybe it was the second quarter, but he got popped. I didn't see the hit. I didn't see the replay. I haven't looked at anything for him, so that's why honestly, poor kid. He's only played. It was week 2 for him. I couldn't even think of his name. Name's Trey Lance, 49ers quarterback. Yeah, he got fucking rocked probably.
Monday night, Cowboys and Giants. That looks like it's over there.
Cooper Rush proved me wrong, so do it again. Prove me wrong again and get us another dub.
Yeah. Even if it's in the running game, I think Zeke needs to do something. He needs to, do a little something. That one Pollard was doing all right. He needs to look at some Pollard tape. I think.
Or just
I actually think he should I think he would be a good receiver, Ezekiel Elliott.
No, he's too bulky. I don't think he can run routes.
Too bulky, maybe
I don't think he can run routes like from the line of scrimmage. He can run routes from from the backfield. I'm gonna grab another beer. 1 second.
Yeah, well, I guess he does that already, but it is what it is. Because
he's got the hands for it. I just mean like running the route from scratch from the line of scrimmage is way different from coming out from the backfield.
Yeah,
and nobody has truly accounted for you. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you on that. I guess you don't really think about it when you're not the one playing with.
Yeah, I have not much insight as a football player, but I just know it's different lining up at the line of scrimmage versus a corner or a safety than it is, catching a ball from the backfield. Like, yeah, they know you might be a target, but they didn't lock you in from the moment you started running, or they didn't check you at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, it's a ton of variables.
So I got Cowboys by 14.
Oh shit! You got a blow.
Cowboys by 14. I don't give a damn.
Christ, I didn't even know you were going.
in the bone zone.
I didn't even. I didn't even know you were doing a score predictions too. Holy
Well,
fuck.
I have
Okay.
right now by 14. Fuck it.
Shout out to
Uh,
you.
versus
Okay.
to the versus the Giants. We're gonna do
Well,
that.
I've got no faith on the Giants quarterback, but Barkley is running hard.
Yeah,
Saquon is an animal, so
yeah. That's one
nothing
thing.
to nothing to shake off right there.
Let's go. So it's gonna be 14-0.
Okay, well at least you didn't go like high scoring, like
No, it'll be like 14-0, or maybe like something like really low.
okay.
But still, yeah, I think they're gonna win by 14, just because even with with old dude, they're gonna figure some way out. Defense is gonna, special teams is gonna do something. They did some stuff in preseason. They're gonna show it on this game against the Giants, which is in our division. We're gonna see them again, and they're gonna get used to seeing it, just like everybody else, because it's not our year.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel like we've got a long road ahead of us,
yeah,
and the potential of Dak coming back in 4 weeks instead of 6 is a big difference, I think. So I don't know, man. If it's only 4 weeks, it leaves me a lot more optimistic than 6. But Rush is showing me that he's not, just gonna hand the ball off and throw it 10 times. He's gonna show up to play, and I think he's gonna be a lot more prepared with division rivals than non-division rivals. So he was able to get us a win versus the Bengals, who were in the Super Bowl last year. So shout out to him. It was nothing to shake off.
yeah.
It was a good game all the way to the end.
Oh yeah, Cowboys by 14. I'm wild, man. I don't give a damn, bro.
Shout out
So
to you.
Dallas, how do you like it in Dallas, bro? Like you say you've been there over 5 years.
Oh
Um,
man, it's
how's it
honestly not.
like? What's the difference from the transition here in San Antonio? We're a military town. We got the
It just
Riverwalk, the
San
Alamo, and all
Antonio
that
just
shit.
felt really like family town, like just like like. So don't get me wrong, it's a great place to live, great place to like start a family, great uh, affordable real estate, for the most part. Uh, but I'm not buying houses or starting a family, man. So it didn't really sit with me. And at the time, I was with Top Golf, and they were opening up locations out here. So I was like, oh well, maybe opening up a new location in DFW could be a good move for me, and that's the route I took. I really love the play. The area is great. Like it's pretty much a shocker because I mean, when I moved from Laredo to San Antonio, I thought San Antonio was huge. Like driving around the highways, getting around like without a GPS, you probably can't do
Ported.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Ported.
It was a wake up. Like holy fuck, this is a real city. And then you get out here, and I was working at Fort Worth when I first moved out here, so I was closer to over there, and would only come to Dallas like handful of times when I was working at Fort Worth. And there's maybe like 8 to 12 to 13 towns or cities in between the two actual cities. So like Fort Worth on the left, Dallas on the right, 10 towns in the middle. It's like, fuck. It's like, I got to remember all this. There's like 10 fucking police departments and 10 different fucking laws. Like, it just,
Yeah,
everything's different and like big.
it's like here.
But,
What do we got?
but
Alamo
yeah, man,
Heights.
as far as like the people and like the vibes and the moods, one of the stats that I remember is that Dallas has like the most restaurants per capita. So there's a ton of restaurants to go to. There's always different places to go check out. You find your favorites, you stick to your favorites. But if you're one that likes to just be out and exploring and trying new things, shit, honestly, you'll never run out. Because like I said, if you check off the list at everything in Dallas, well, fuck, you can drive to Fort Worth. And then once you check out the list, everything out there, you can narrow it down to the mid/big cities in the middle. Like there's a lot of fun stuff to do in Arlington just because the Cowboys are out there and the Rangers are out there. So Arlington's a place where like I've grown familiar with myself. There's a place that they built a couple of years back. It's called Texas Live, and it's literally almost interconnected with the new baseball stadium for the Rangers. So Rangers games and Cowboys
You a
games.
Rangers fan?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everything Dallas, dog. Literally everything Dallas. There's
That's what's
no,
up.
you can't lose it with me and be like, oh, well, with football, it's here. And then in baseball, I like him. And my daddy
Yeah.
liked Barry Bonds. None of that shit. It's Dallas, everything. Soccer, too. I've been able to check off the box on everything out here, man. I've been very blessed. I went to an FC Dallas game maybe 2-3 years ago. It was a fun game. I think it was a draw. But soccer's always been one of my passions since I was a little kid. I spent a lot of time in Monterrey, so my padrinos would take me to go see Tigres games, and like soccer games in Mexico or at least in Monterrey, they're no joke, man. They're real fun.
Yeah. What are those like?
Bro, you see real passion for that shit. Like,
Yeah.
Like you think Spurs fans are like passionate, and like they are, but like they only are if like we're in the playoffs, because like I said, I haven't seen a GSG hashtag in years. And that race for safes looked like it got fucking demolished, and there's no longer a road for you guys to continue running for that race.
Yeah.
But yeah, these soccer teams, it don't matter if you haven't fucking brought a cup in 10 years, they still sell out the stadium. They still scream. They've got chants for every player. They've got like for example, like Despacito, they'll make like a chant to like the beat of Despacito, like whatever's the popular song that year, they make up like chant. And there's so many levels to soccer that you're like, oh, they're not just kicking a ball and running around. Like the level of commitment from the fan base for soccer fans is top notch. Germany, Spain, Italy has insane fan bases. If you're
Like the
ever
fans.
yeah, like you'll see they light up flares in the stadium, like smoke bombs, like insanity. My buddy from Egypt, Hisham, he would show me clips from his soccer team where they would have to stop the game because they would light so many motherfucking flares. It was so smoky. They would lose the ball. Like, yeah, soccer fucking fans.
Where'd the ball go?
Yeah, it's all smoky because somebody lit fucking 29 flares in the stadium. Like,
Oh,
holy shit.
they should just light some other stuff up instead. It'd be like, oh yeah.
For sure,
Yeah.
but yeah, the passion for soccer is intense. I got an FC soccer game under my belt. I've done a couple of hockey games. I got super lucky and did the Winter Classic before COVID. So January 1st every year, the NHL has a soccer game in an outdoor stadium. So it'll be like in a baseball stadium, at a soccer stadium, at an NFL stadium, and they'll play hockey in New Year's Day in a cold-ass weather environment, more than likely, out in the open. So, like, normally hockey's played in front of 18, maybe 21,000 fans in basketball arenas.
Yeah.
And for that game, they do it in a football stadium. And that year, 2020, they did it here in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl in the Texas State Fairgrounds. And my boss at the time, I was working at a bar in Deep Ellum, got a couple extra tickets, and he needed me to cover a shift, and he bribed me with those tickets. So I covered the shift and was able to go to the Winter Classic. It was pretty fun, man.
That's what's up.
Hockey in open air, like I'd seen it on TV, and I'm like, man, that's cool. Like I'm not like the biggest hockey fan, but you know, like it seems like a cool event because they only do one a year.
Yeah.
And I just got lucky and some fucking tickets landed on my lap.
That's nice. You're a little lucky. Seem a little lucky sometimes, or
Bro, I'll give you another route of luck. Like when it was Dirk Nowitzki's last year, like that was the big motivation for me to even move up to Dallas. Like I want to make sure and like I catch Dirk Nowitzki's last season. And like I know that if like I were to make like a TikTok or a fucking reel on Instagram and like pull a story that I came to Dallas to see Dirk Nowitzki's last season, and I was just like I said, very lucky. And not only was I able to catch Dirk Nowitzki's last season, but I got a Rookie of the Year campaign on top of that. It was the year we drafted Luka. So like Luka was fucking lighting it up, and I was just there to see Dirk. Saw a bunch of triple doubles because again, very lucky. I got a job at a bar right outside of American Airlines Center. Like you step out of the bar, you take 10 steps, and you're at the door of AAC. And so that job was pretty sweet because my job consisted of just like getting the restaurant and the bar ready for the 18,000 people that are about to roll in there to walk into the game. Some people want to eat and drink before they get into the arena and save a buck, or get really tipsy before they get in there. And so we were literally the closest bar in front of the arena, and my shift ended at jump ball. Like when the game started, I was done. So I would set it up to where I would go get myself a ticket for that game. If I didn't have anything going on that night, if I was available and free and had the cash, I would just go buy a $10 ticket, $5 ticket sometimes, because if you buy it 2 hours before tip-off, the price of the ticket was reduced by 50%. So a $10 ticket was only $5. So I was buying $5 tickets almost 2-3 times a week. I went to 27 home games that year, and I'll probably never be able to replicate that again unless I buy season tickets. But yeah, man, it's my greatest accomplishment. I got to see a Rookie of the Year campaign from Luka Doncic, and saw 28 home games of Dirk Nowitzki's final season.
Did you get to meet? Him?
Yeah, dude, very lucky. I made friends with one of the photographers for the Dallas Mavericks. Shout out to Steve.
Steve.
And he got me under the tunnel, man, and I got to high five the whole team before they went out one day. I put it on my Snapchat, and I'm glad I saved it on Snapchat because I got that phone stolen from me. So like the actual like hard copy of the recording is gone, but I have it saved on Snapchat. Not the whole thing, but I have some stuff saved on Snapchat. So, bittersweet about that because I don't have all the memories stored, but
Filthy text again on Snapchat?
No. Filthy I don't believe I have a Filthy Texican Snapchat. That's just my normal handle is Carlos GNZ41.
Hey, I don't have a Snapchat, but for people that may have a Snapchat, maybe they want to.
For sure. I don't really mess with it a ton anymore. That was just mostly back in the single days and the wilding out days and, doing all sorts of things in the middle of the night days and, illicit and illegal activities days, but not so much now. But yeah, my normal handle on my name handle is just Carlos GNZ41.
That's what's up. So we talked about NFL. We ran through
a little bit of basketball, a little bit
of basketball. We talked Becky Hammond. It's Monday. Mondays I call mark out Mondays. Mainly because wrestling. I'm a huge wrestling fan, so they got Monday Night Raw, WWE. They got all these storylines and shit that goes on. They also have AEW, which is the new wrestling. Do you keep up with any wrestling?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't keep up with it, but I am a fan. So again, it's gonna sound like I'm just sitting here and like just bragging of all the things that I do and like have gone to. But I was very lucky this year as well. I was able to go to WrestleMania. My first ever wrestling event. I'd never been to a Raw. I'd never been to a SmackDown. I'd never been to anything.
Been to a fucking.
And my buddy Albert, who you just recently met before we went live, he told me he was going to come up here for it. I was like, oh, cool. How much are the tickets? He told me the ballpark. I'm like, oh, I can play that. He goes, cool. You want to buy them? I'm like, okay, I'll buy all three and you guys pay me back. And I bought the ticket, and me, Albert, and another Albert. Shout out to both Alberts.
Shout out to Alberts.
Yeah, we went to Arlington, man, and had a fucking awesome time at the
I seen that. Yeah, you sure did. Then, well, WrestleMania is going to be coming up pretty soon, but right now, Roman Reigns is going to be well.
Jake
Paul
Paul, right?
Logan is going to be challenging Roman Reigns
Jake
in
Paul
November, so some
or
shit like
Logan
that.
Paul?
Logan Paul, one of those,
Logan
the one
Paul.
that's doing the wrestling now. Logan
Yeah,
Paul,
you're right.
Paul
It's
Logan,
it's Logan Paul. You're right.
one of them guys. Logan Paul, yeah. And he's going to challenge Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has both of the belts, the Raw and SmackDown title, and he's just doing the whole um
Undisputed thing.
the head of the table type shit. I think it's gonna all go down really though when The Rock comes back for WrestleMania, and he's gonna challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. This coming up WrestleMania, probably
But
in
the but
August. We usually have it in August.
well, maybe I just already feel like I can predict all the outcomes. But like we know, The Rock's not going to get any one of the titles because he's not going to stick around on the roster for very long. So if he
Yeah,
does wrestle, we know he's wrestling to lose.
wrestling. I
And
heard that sometimes you get
they're
paid
still
more when you lose.
they're still interested from motherfucker. Those guys don't need money at this point. But
Yeah, I
sure.
know. But
But yeah, like I guess I don't know. It's definitely entertaining and it's a good story. But like if you already predict the ending or like you already have it like more or less like read out
you already know what's gonna happen.
yeah, it's just hard to like dive into it. But
Yeah.
I'm game. I still tune in from time to time. I know I've got access to through it. Access to it through Peacock. Peacock
Unofficial
provides.
sponsor for this live. Peacock.
Damn, we got a bunch of them unofficials, but yeah, we
We
watch
got to do it,
I got it
bro.
on
Lone
Peacock.
Star Beer, unofficial sponsor.
Oh man,
Nice. But wrestling, yeah, it's wild with the AEW. Um, and it's crazy to see wrestlers go here back and forth, yada yada yada, and then it's all. They say it's like a glorified gymnastics. You know, it's scripted. Bunch of those bumps that they take are
but it's
real. They do get
but
injured
it's
and
still
this and that.
entertaining at the end of the day. So like
Yeah,
it's just a matter of what you can tolerate and accept, and if you're okay with understanding that it might be somewhat of a setup, but hey, they're still fucking falling from 10 feet, and they're still breaking tables and getting smacked across
oh
the
yeah,
face. Like, yeah, it's not a direct knuckle to the nose. Sure, I know that, but still getting smacked around, bro. Like,
yeah.
you can only fake
It's
it
fun watching.
so far. Yeah,
Tonight we watched Monday Night Raw. Rey Mysterio. He
he's
was
out there with his son, right?
he's with his son. His son turned his back on him. He turned his back on him. I think he's having second doubts
Oh
if
no,
he's really the father. If he's really his father, Ray. Maybe he thinks Eddie is his real father. That's why
oh, Vince
he's
McMahon fucking goes hard with these
doing
stories.
the dark side. They
Motherfucker.
haven't mentioned he hasn't mentioned Eddie's name or anything like that, but they need to. They just
I don't know why
fucking
that
Dom just
surprises me.
saying,
I don't know why that
Eddie's
surprises
my
me.
real dad. And then Rey Mysterio just getting all mad and some shit.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why that surprises me. If
Yeah,
fucking
because there's like
McMahon is willing to marry off his fucking daughter
yeah,
on camera, he don't give a damn.
exactly right. Well, now with the Triple H, Vince McMahon, he retired. Triple H, and Stephanie, and the team, whatever the fuck, whatever people that run that shit.
They're
But
ahead of the organizing.
yeah, it's you can see it like happen and happening, and you already know what to expect. AEW kind of the same thing with that. Even though they say that they don't have storylines and shit, like no, like you see the storylines when you watch BTE on Mondays on YouTube, the elite, the elite, and like whatever the hell case may be with all their YouTube channels when it comes to the wrestling shows that they do. But yeah, man, so
They
much
gotta
crazy
promote
shit,
him.
bro.
I can't say that I keep up with it, but they gotta promote him
Yeah.
somehow.
I just wanted to say that.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's still entertaining and I enjoy it. I'd be a liar to say I keep up.
Yeah. Well, only reason I was saying that is because San Antonio, we're going to be having the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah.
WWE. So that's gonna be
Is
pretty
that this,
dope. I know it's no
this up,
WrestleMania, but
when is it? This upcoming month?
in January, yeah, I think
Oh,
January
January.
28th or some shit like that.
The one that's upcoming next is Crown Jewel, right?
Crown Jewel, yeah, that's like
In Saudi Arabia.
other side of the world, yes, sir.
Okay.
Um, and then I think whatever else they have planned out.
Tight.
But yeah, I do want to appreciate you, man, for getting on. We talked for a little while. I think it says what 50, 55, 50 some shit.
Yeah, we're closing in on
See
an
him,
hour, dog. Shit,
Albert.
I didn't even know my camera could do an hour, man. It usually gives me trouble
Yeah,
with getting warm. So I just put a little fan in front of it, and the fan seems to be holding it down. Shit, we're
yeah. I
going
just
up.
used another phone to use as a device or whatever, and it worked.
No, me and my girl bought a nice camera to like vlog a couple of years back, and
Nice.
figured out a way to use it as a webcam, and that's how I do all my Zoom meetings, and that's how I do my podcast too.
It's because it's just streaming, right? That's crazy. Well, that's what's
Well,
up.
yeah, it's just software from Sony that you connect the camera and it'll allow it to be a
Uh,
webcam.
an official sponsor for this live, Sony.
Sony, shit, sponsor number 8. Shout out to them.
Hey man, we gotta get
Send me a
as many.
PS5. Tell your
We gotta
sponsor to
get
send
as
me a PS5.
many. Right, Dallas Mavericks an unofficial sponsor now. All right,
Cuban,
man.
sign me.
Well, I appreciate you, bro. We met, of course, at Gedmo's Italian Deli, 618 McCullough. Y'all got to make sure y'all go there and just stop by, get a spinach and bow tie pasta salad at King Guillermo. They got the chicken pepperoni lasagna. Unofficial sponsor number 9.
Some fire food. I'll definitely say that.
Guillermo's, yo. Those are some of my best
delicious food.
times. Waiting tables off of the river, even though it was right downtown in the area.
It
That's
was
where we
fun,
met,
man.
bro.
It was
And I
fun
knew you
time
were,
out there.
we vibed a bit. Even though I knew you were a Mavericks fan, you were still cool. You still held it down. We had fun. We met good people. Jason, he was an awesome manager, one of my best managers I have. Recently, just of course, passed away, no longer here. So since we are here together, I do want to say, brother, it was many, 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 many fuck ups that we had running food out and this and that on those busy nights. But at the end of the night, when we just were there having a cold one, just talking, it was a bunch of fun. So, Jason, much love to you, my good sir. It was really, really fun working there. Jason was awesome, awesome cat. We did have a Sam Burger. I still do the Sam Burger now to this day. I do the Sam Burger challenge.
Oh, I
I
see
have
it. I
people
see
come
it.
in and I make my Sam Burger. One day I'm gonna sell my burger for $5. Nah. Hopefully more than that, but we'll start off at $5.
I like that.
But yeah, bro. Much love to you, man. Whatever. What else? What do you got going on, man? With everything, just life in general. What's up? What do they say? Bringing it home, boys. Did we even say hi to Billy on the board?
I don't know if we did. I don't think we did say hi to anybody.
No. Oh. Yes, it is I, Billy on the board, live in the Bone Zone with Carlos Gonzalez.
Hey,
Billy on the board. Much love, Billy. I guess better late than never. When we bring it home, this is when we say goodbye. Carlos, we're about to hit him with the deuce apple juice. Say goodbye. I appreciate you for being on. Now we know that these work like this on this platform, StreamYard,
yeah,
where it gives
probably.
us the ability to go live on YouTube and on Facebook. We're on 2 different platforms on Facebook, the Live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Hurt. And of course, my personal page, Steve Anthony Monreal TL. You can't forget about the TL, the live. Bring it home, Carlos.
Hey, man. For anybody that wants to just keep up with the sport talk, me and my buddy Albert, it's his podcast. We're running the Morning Fanatic. We're trying to do a weekly episode where we'll just, keep the sports talk rolling, focusing on the NFL right now since it's the pivotal sport going. But I'm sure we'll talk a little bit of MLB since the playoffs are getting ready to roll in. Premier League soccer, just I'm sorry, the Champions League is tuning up as well for soccer. So we'll probably talk a little bit of that. But yeah, you can find us at The Morning Fanatic on Spotify, YouTube, on Facebook. We have a Facebook page as well. Yeah,
The
just
Morning Fanatic. We're
The
gonna
Morning Fanatic.
definitely add links to the description once this live is done. That way you
Appreciate
can go
that. Thank
straight
you.
to their YouTube page right there. Subscribe, show them love. Albert Torres, much love. Now we know that we can add the 2, the
Yeah, you
3,
can
and
do
then
multiples
you'll
now.
see it. StreamYard, much love to StreamYard.
Thank
I
you.
was on Restream last month. I hated it. Um, but now I'm back on StreamYard. That way, all of my stuff can get uploaded to the Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and all those other listening platforms when it comes to getting heard in the radio world, if you will. Mother, I love you, of course, not just today, but every day. Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas. Because yes, even a male can be a bitch too. For Carlos Gonzalez, Shelby baby, Michaela mommy, it is I, Billy on the board. That's just the stupid shit I say. I don't know.
No, it's all good. Everybody
Anyways,
has their
brother,
own exit.
much love, man. I appreciate you very much for being on.
Hey, no worries,
Um,
man. Thank you for having me.
eh, and I like this. It works. I think it works.
Yeah, I'm sure Albert's gonna jump on there and check out the different kind of tiers and packages StreamYard has to offer because we
Yeah,
were using
especially if you want to
Zoom.
do different camera angles as well. It has all that other shit. It's
Yeah,
fun.
we were
I enjoy
doing
it.
Zoom and it was limiting us to 30 minutes and then stopping the video and jumping back on for another 30 minutes if that was the route that we decided to go. But
Yeah,
this seems
but that
pretty
works when you
legit. We
do
might.
when you edit it and then you can do it weekly because you're editing it.
Oh
Um,
yeah, definitely. No, but
so
this seems
before we
like
go,
a plan we might use.
before we go, the Bone Zone. It is in homage of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm an avid Bone Thugs and Harmony listener. I consider myself an advocate for Bone Thugs and Harmony. Do you know Bone Thugs and Harmony? Have you ever heard of Bone Thugs and Harmony? I get people and I ask them, they're like, "Oh, I don't know who Bone Thugs and Harmony are."
1,000,000% I know who they are. I wouldn't call myself
Nice,
like a super fanatic, but I definitely vibe with their shit. It goes hard.
yeah. One of the most uh, memorable songs of Crossroads, of course. That is a good one. But if you could name another Bone Thugs and Harmony song, just off the top of your head, what would it be?
Either Thuggish Ruggish or First of the Month, no doubt.
There you go. All right, Carlos, my good sir, I do appreciate you. I don't know on the rights to this music, but I do very much support you. But I do very much, yeah. Is that what we do?
Kick us out with For the Love of the Money, man.
Yeah. Well, I got Days of Our Lives right here.
Okay.
Days of Our Lives. Yeah. Just,
Only time will tell the God.
yeah. That's all I'm really gonna play. But Carlos, I appreciate you very much.
Thank you for having
I
me,
gotta
dude.
press this end button. We'll definitely do this again, or
No doubt.
whatnot, especially when it comes to the sports, because I talk about music. I talk about Bone Thugs and Harmony. I talk about local artists. I talk about life, death, everything else in between. We're on podcasts. Carlos Gonzalez. Much love to the Morning Fanatic. And yeah,
Hey,
appreciate you, brother.
no worries, my G. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Bye.
sir.